Here we are at the end of 2021, the end of one year, the beginning of another, and it's time for an end of the year video. I try to make one of these every year where I just kind of talk to you guys. This video doesn't have a script. Actually, I just have some like off the cuff notes of bullet points that I want to talk to you guys about, and I think this year is going to be one of the more important ones because I have learned a lot this year. I'm going to talk about everything. I'm going to talk about the channel's successes and not so successes and what I have planned for next year. Yeah, drop my paper. Anyways, including what's going on with the Metroid Timeline series among other projects, because these are things people ask me about constantly. This year treated the channel pretty well. If we look at the numbers, let's see, I wrote them down here. You know what? I didn't write that number down. I thought I did. This is what happens when you don't script a video and you're completely unprepared for what you're going to say on camera. Alright, so we started with about 63,500 subscribers, about 25 members. At the time of this recording, we are at almost 71,000 subscribers, 52 channel members, and patrons have been going up and down all year. So, yeah, if we're just talking numbers, that's excellent. That's outstanding. Anyone would be really happy about that, and I am. I'm incredibly grateful for everything that you guys have done for me, done for the channel. And I know I've said this before, so it's kind of a broken record at this point, but without you guys here viewing, liking, watching, supporting the channel, there really is no channel. You know, I can make videos all day, but if nobody watches them, the channel is not going to grow. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's a blessing to be able to do this as a job, as a full-time career, compared to being stuck at a call center somewhere that I hate, which I did that for years. And honestly, I'm nobody special. I'm just some guy. So if you do have any inkling that this is something you would like to try your hand at someday, go for it. You never know where it can take you. Having said that, numbers are nice, but on the back end for me, this year was pretty rough. Last year, at the end of 2020, I came into the 2021 year with the mindset of, I want to do this, and I'm going to do it all. In retrospect, that was a horrible way to start the year. Just to explain, look at this picture right here. These are all the projects I wanted to accomplish this year. All of this, all these timeline videos. On top of streaming and movie reviews and game reviews, all of this. You see Mega Man, Mario, Terminator, all sorts of stuff, including a bunch of others that I was continuing. In retrospect, I have no idea how the hell I thought that that was possible. One thing about being a content creator is you have to learn balance. And that's something I've always been really bad at. That is an opportunity I have for growth. I don't always know how to balance things. I tend to overplan and think I could do everything, but then real life happens. And suddenly, I don't have the time to do everything I want to do. One thing that I like to remind people is that I'm a one-man army. It's just me. I don't have a whole production crew and editing team behind me like some massive channels that just pump out these long videos every other day because they have a million people working on them. And I don't know if I would like that anyways. I kind of like being a one-man show. I feel it's more personal for me, putting myself into my work. And I feel that viewers get to know me better by my work instead of handing it off to someone else and just mass producing stuff. And this is where my downfall was this year with all these videos that I wanted to do. In my mind, I had started the Legacy of Kain project already. I was playing through those games, getting all my footage. Then I started playing through the Zelda games and the Assassin's Creed games. In my mind, I thought that what I can do was create bits and pieces of each one timeline-wise and just release them as I go. So, for example, Legacy of Kain Part 1, while I'm playing Zelda and recording through that, and once that's done, Zelda Part 1, Assassin's Creed Part 1, and I would just continuously be working on them all at the same time, and at the end of the day, you know, having multiple videos going out. It was a bad idea. Because in reality, what ended up happening is I stretched myself too thin. I thought I can do everything at once. And basically what happens instead when you think like that is nothing really gets done. I start multiple projects simultaneously, but none of them ever see completion. I would be doing my Zelda Timeline Part 1 while I'm trying to record 100 hours of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Meanwhile, people are asking me every day, hey, where's Legacy of Kain Timeline Part 1? But here I am recording footage of Assassin's Creed because I also want to start working on that. It was a mess. And that's how it was all year. All year for me, I was struggling to find that balance. And eventually, by the end of the year, just realizing I shouldn't have taken on so many things at once. What I should have done is just taken one big project at a time, just work on that, and then have smaller videos in between until that was done. And that's kind of where I'm headed to next year, which I'll get more into that. So for those that have been asking me all year, hey, where's Legacy of Kain? Where's Zelda? Where's Assassin's Creed? That's what happened. I tried to do it all at once. And because of that, none of it got done. And that was a huge mistake on my part. Not to mention, about halfway through the year, when I started working on my Metroid timeline, my hard drive crashed with all that footage. Legacy of Kain, Zelda, Assassin's Creed, all that footage I had spent time collecting, gone. So I essentially have to go back and re-record all that footage, which is part of the reason the Metroid timeline was taking a little longer than it was. I did part 1, did part 2, hard drive crashed. So everything else got delayed. Those are the things you really have to be prepared for as a content creator. You just don't know when life happens or some technical issue is going to pop up. You always have to have a backup plan for that content, and I didn't. And honestly, I should have had all that data backed up, which I know technology. I know you're supposed to have everything backed up, but you don't worry about that until it happens to you, right? Well, here I am. So yeah, like I said, on the surface, it looked like the channel was doing fantastically, growing well, and it did, but it could have been way better. The channel could have been way bigger by now. I could have had a lot more work done, and it's just, I didn't plan it correctly this year. I really didn't. But I don't necessarily consider that a failure, because that's how you learn, right? New year, fresh start, fresh mindset. We're going to move forward and handle things a bit differently. Another thing I wanted to come into 2021 doing, which honestly I wasted a lot of time mentally on this, movie reviews. I wanted to do a lot more movie reviews. That's something I was really excited this year to completely ramp up production on. And this is not what I want to say, but it's just, at this point, it's the harsh reality of being a content creator on YouTube. Movie reviews are, for the most part, going to take a backseat on the channel. I'm not saying I'm never going to do them, but they are going to be few and far between. In all honesty, YouTube is just not a friendly environment for creators when it comes to creating movie reviews. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know all the incredible battles I've had with copyright claims involving movies. Right now, for example, I reviewed Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I worked hard on that review. I posted it on the channel on October 2nd. I'm not going to get into all the boring details of the back and forth I've had with YouTube. But essentially what's happened, the YouTube bot claimed it on October 2nd. At the time of this recording, it's December 30th. The video is still copyright claimed. Essentially what that means is this video, this movie review that I posted on October 2nd that I wanted you guys to watch for Halloween time is not going to be viewable until about a week from now, if everything goes according to the way it's supposed to. So yeah, that video is coming about January 7th around there. I'll finally be able to show you guys. But that's what it's like reviewing movies on YouTube. And yes, I've had comments from viewers trying to help out and with clever tricks and tips to get around the copyright system. There's really no way to do it. It all depends on what's in the Content ID bot and what it feels like scanning in the video at that time. Yes, there are some channels on YouTube exclusively that do movie reviews, but they do it by not showing footage or using screenshots. That's not my style of content. That's not how I do my movie reviews, and I don't want to have to change my style to satisfy a bot. I know that might be disappointing news for some people on this channel that originally came in because of some of the movie reviews I did, but until the situation gets better with the copyright, I can't sit here and waste time working on movie content when most of the time, it actually is like 90% of the time, my viewers aren't going to be able to watch it for like 2 months. Especially when I do this full time and it's my job. It's essentially you're working for weeks for free to get something months from now. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, movie reviews are going to take a little bit of a backseat, which is kind of bad news. It sucks. I really want to do them. And I hope the copyright situation does get better on YouTube, but it just seems to be getting worse every single year. Having said that, there is some good news with that. So if I'm going to be doing a lot less movie reviews, I want to do a lot more game reviews. One of the reviews I really enjoyed working on, and you guys still reference it to this day, is the Mortal Kombat 4 Game Boy Color review. Just this really garbage-ass game that I sat there and played through, and then I was able to make an entertaining video out of it. I want to do more like that. I'm going to ramp that up. Game reviews this year, that's going to be one of my goals. I want to do more of those. Some of them I have in my head is the Street Fighter, the movie, the game, arcade versus PS1, maybe a Turok 1 and 2 Game Boy reviews, just these awkward little games that a lot of people haven't heard of. I want to do more of that. Let's see what's next on my notes here to address. Live streams not changing. That's still Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I think I'm pretty happy with how the live streams are going. I like the time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I like doing them 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we'll keep that going. And I did want to remind you guys, if you do become a channel member for as little as 99 cents a month, you get some really cool emojis, and you get to participate in what games I stream. Typically, the way I handle streams, Fridays is my choice. Play whatever I want to. Mondays and Wednesdays are your selection. I'll put up a channel member vote, and Monday and Wednesdays are the games that you guys voted on. Monday's usually a retro game, Wednesday's usually like a newer random game. You also get mod privileges, and every weekend I'll post an update on the community tab for members only that details the entire week of streams and what we're going to do, so you're always in the know. And if you are a viewer on this channel and you don't typically watch live streams, I would like to invite you to come hang out on a live stream every once in a while. A lot of this stuff I'm talking about right now is old news to people that are on the streams regularly, because I do discuss all the behind the scenes stuff while I'm playing video games quite regularly. And I think this year streaming has become my favorite thing to do. I've made a lot of good memories and a lot of good friends between other creators and actual viewers. There's some people I consider close friends now. So it's great to just jump in there and chat with people, get to know people, and then you watch me play video games while we all talk. So Metroid Timeline Part 3, when's that coming? I actually wanted to address that because one comment in particular kind of made me want to talk about this. Someone wrote a whole paragraph ranting about that they're not coming out fast enough, and this individual, every single video I posted that wasn't the Metroid Timeline Part 3 would write a paragraph complaining that it wasn't a Metroid video. When I work on these big timeline projects, I don't get it all at once. That's by design. And I did that for a reason. When the channel was in its infancy and I did the first Castlevania Timeline series, that is all I did for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. That's all I was posting, just Castlevania content. So basically what happened at that point, I built up that expectation that it was a Castlevania only channel. I lost a lot of people that didn't care about Castlevania. That taught me to work on more of a variety of content instead of just focusing on one thing. And also as a creator, that's boring. I don't want to just talk about Metroid for like 6 months straight, you know? Like, I like mixing it up and talking about different things. So if I do Metroid Timeline Part 1 and 2, the next video is probably not going to be a Metroid video. It's probably going to be like a Mortal Kombat video or a game review. And that's just kind of to mix things up on the channel. So if you watch one video on the channel and you expect that's all you're going to get, it just might not be the channel for you. I hate to say that, but it just might not be. This is a channel that has a variety of different things we are going to cover. And again, this is where the whole balance as a creator thing comes in. You just kind of have to balance what you want to do, what viewers want to do, and what makes sense. It's important to keep control of your content, not people take control of it. Mortal Kombat Timeline's another good example. I've gotten so many people genuinely angry, like writing me angry comments that I haven't covered Sonya Blade. I had one guy call me a sexist because I didn't cover Sonya yet, and she's the only classic character I haven't covered yet. It's not on purpose, I just haven't gone to her yet, and I've covered other people. And I've covered plenty of female characters, so that doesn't make sense. But anyways, what you guys may not know is that for every person requesting Sonya, I had like 20 others requesting Kung Lao or Meat and Mocap. Having said that, Sonya and Katana are two of the next ones I'm going to make. That is pure coincidence. That'll cool some people down. Relax. It'll be okay. Everyone will be covered in due time. And that is why I put Metroid Timeline Part 3 in the title, because that's a question I get constantly. When's it coming? Metroid Timeline Part 3 and 4, I want to get that done in January. The reason it wasn't done this month, right before Christmas until now, I essentially took a little break just to kind of take a step back, enjoy the holidays with my friends and family, and just think to myself, all right, what can I do better next year that I've learned from this year? Actually, let me go ahead and tell you guys what I want to get done in January. Anything that doesn't get done in January, it's just going to keep flowing into February. I've learned on this channel not to operate by a specific schedule. I used to want to do like a video every week, like on the dot. But then what ends up happening is one week something might happen life-wise that's going to delay me, and then I'm stressed trying to pump out a video by Friday. From now on, the videos are going to have specific due dates. They'll be done when they're done. That way I'm not rushing through trying to get something done just to have something out on the channel. Here's my overall outline for January. And again, it's not necessarily set in stone, but I want to do Metroid Timeline Part 3 and 4. My Halloween review is going to go live, of course. That's probably going to be the first thing you guys are going to see, which is like January 7th, something like that. Then I want to do my Mortal Kombat History of Katana video, and I do want to start working on the Captain N episodes again. So I'm really going to focus on those 4 videos in January. If I can get more done, I'll get more done. And I want to top off the video by talking about some of the new stuff I want to do in 2022. That's got nothing to do with Metroid or any of the stuff I'm currently working on. And this is one of the things I talked about doing this year. But of course, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, stretched myself way too thin, didn't get a chance to work on it at all. Street Fighter. My lore series, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, I've been wanting to expand that. I want to get to that as soon as possible, so probably early February I'll start that. I want to have a Street Fighter series going consecutively with the Mortal Kombat one side by side. And the first character I'm going to be doing is Vega. He's one of my favorite Street Fighter characters, always loved him since I was a kid. I actually have most of the footage recorded already. I just got to piece the videos together and start working on the script and everything. I've been covering Mortal Kombat for a couple years now, so it'll be nice to dip my feet into other series that I also love, that I just don't really talk about on the channel. There's also 2 more styles of videos that I want to do that are unlike any I've done before. How do I explain it? You know how in Resident Evil you find the little notes and diaries of characters that are slowly turning or whatever? There's all kinds of notes and journals in Resident Evil. I want to take some of those and do like dramatic readings of them. Maybe have some sound effects and music to try to kind of bring it all to life. And yeah, those will probably be like 2 or 3 minutes long. They'll probably be short videos, but let me know if that's something you'd like to see. That's something I'd like to do. Also, Mass Effect. Another thing I thought of. I thought about this because I was watching some, I don't know, some National Geographic space documentary or something, and it just popped in my head. I was like, how cool would it be if they were talking about Mass Effect planets? And I was like, you know what? I should do that. That's one of the ideas I have for this year. After I stream Mass Effect 3, which we're going to get to early in the year, I want to do a series where maybe I'll take like a cluster of planets or like a solar system, and I'll do like an episode on the channel. Again, maybe it'll be like 4 or 5 minutes long, just talking about each individual planet and dropping little facts about that world. And eventually I'll have a playlist of just covering the entire Mass Effect galaxy, so you know about all the different planets. If you can see the sunlight in my face, by the way, one of my blinds are broken, so the sun is right there and the sunlight's like filtering through on my face, so ignore that. But I am really excited about 2022. I know usually people have the resolutions like I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym. I don't care about any of that. I just want to have some solid goals for the channel and ways to reach them. We're going to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. It's going to happen. I know I have a tremendously supportive community that's going to help me get there, but a lot of it does fall on me. We started at 0 in 2016, and we're way the hell higher at the end of 2021, so it can be done. But that's all I really have to say for this end of the year 2021 video. Once again, I want to thank you, whether you've watched a video and hit like, subscribed, super chatted to the channel, become a member, a patron, shared a video, all of you combined. Let your powers combine. All of you combined have helped this channel to grow as much as it has. Now I'm going to start 2022 with a positive mindset and hit the ground running. One team, one dream. I'll see you in the new year.